Okay, I'll get that information together. I'll try to get it, oh boy, probably going to be Monday. But anyway, we'll get it to him and that kind of thing. All right, well, let's get on Roger in here. Roger, we need some words of wisdom. So talk to us. How you doing?
Well, Bobby, I'm not the smartest person around. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And I'm also not the brightest candle in the chandelier. But this past week, on Monday, we had an 81, almost 82-year-old man passed away. And he had the virus banned. And that he's had lung problems and other health problems. I met the man in the hospital, but I cannot remember his name or his state or anything about it. But I talked to one of the nurses today that I had, and she was taking care of that gentleman, that they had no medicine here to give him. Because if they could have given him any medication to take care of that virus, it would have probably just killed him outright.
Oh, man. That hydrochloroquine, I think they're talking about that's going to be able to do something. You know, and a lot of people that have arthritis take that. They didn't have the medicine up there to give him to save his life.
No, sir, because they concentrated on everything else out there with the CDC, and they just never put out the order for any of that stuff to be made.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm so sorry to hear about that. I hope you're taking care of yourself, staying away from people and not going nowhere.
Well, I'm about 95% of being perfectly good health. I got a little bit high on one of my medical transcripts from about a month ago when I went to my heart specialist, and he just told me to quit eating as many potatoes as I did, and so I said, okay. Well, I cut back on potatoes. Now I can't even buy a potato in any of the stores around here. They're just not shipping them out to people because at Kroger's, 15 miles away from it, they got about 6 or 7 tons of potatoes in last week one day, and they were gone in 2 hours.
Wow. Somebody around here, I think he told my wife they went to the grocery store. We haven't been in about 4 days or so, but they went to the grocery store, and they say it's plenty of stuff on the shelves and stuff. I think it depends on where you're living, and, you know, the supply line has been kind of stopped up. So once it gets moving again, I think we're going to be okay in that respect, and hopefully some of these medicines will work and knock some of this stuff out and at least save people's lives, that's for sure. I know it's a respiratory thing, and it can really mess you up. So you just be safe, and I know Catherine watch over you. I know she will.
Well, Catherine's a pretty good nurse. She went to medical school until she ran out of money, and being not a man, but a woman, she couldn't get a loan for a nickel for any of her college funds to go finish up med school. Well, she became a computer repairman in Chicago, and she was making more money than the owners of the business, because the owners is squandering money left and right. And so she just up one day and walked out, and the businesses that she was working in was out of business within 2 weeks.
Good day. Well, my niece is almost where she's a doctor now. She's going to be a doctor, and anyway, she's been going to nursing school and all kinds of schools for about 12 years now. and she used to work in trauma down at Virginia Beach General, where the rough stuff is, the gunshot wounds and all that kind of madness. She's worked in that forever, and now she's working in a private practice and all that. She's a PA, just completed that. She's a smart girl, and now she's going to be a doctor, so now she's going to have to pay back all that money that she's borrowed to go to school. Oh, boy. But anyway, we're proud of her, that's for sure. She's a smart girl, and it's good to have medical people in the family. And like Catherine, you're talking about Catherine, you know, it's good for a man to marry a woman that's smarter than he is, because then life will be a whole lot easier. Don't you think, Roger?
Well, sometimes yes and sometimes no. But I will tell you, I've got a niece that started out at a Chicago hospital that was teaching nursing. And now she is the head nurse in the teaching division, and she holds the doctor's rating right now. But everybody they call her by first name, is Bart, and they don't call her doctor or nurse or anything. Doesn't suit me, but she is tough. And when I say tough, I mean, I watched her one time, her younger brother smacked her on the hiney, and she hauled off and gave him a left hook and put him out cold on the floor. And she don't take no lip from those girls, and they give her a wiper, but they all love her. So back to you there, Bob.
Yeah, my sister's the same way. She's the administrator at the hospital, and she's tough as nails. I tell you, she is. She had 4 brothers and herself, and she could whip all of us just in a split second. We were scared of her. We were absolutely scared of her. I'm still scared of her. Anyway, hey, it's now time to ID there, Roger. It's good to talk to you, buddy. And if you, I know you'll be talking to Catherine. Tell her we said hi, and we'll kind of go on from here and see what the other folks got to say. That being said, ID time. KB4ABJ, number 1 with the friendly bunch.
84 NJ, number 82.
N4NT.
WK4JOI, 62.
November 1, Tango Uniform, Victoria, first time.
N1 GTR. KB4WGU. I heard November 1, Tango Uniform Victor. Good evening, and welcome to the friendly bunch tonight. Hope you're doing well, and I got a great copy on you down here in Virginia.
Well, buddy, my dipole and there's places, and I didn't have audience to fix the legs up, but it seems to be working all right, I guess. If you'd like to make control, we'll listen through. N1 TV.
Oh, yeah, you're doing fine. You're about S9 down here. Armchair copy, not a problem. Kind of give us a feel of what's going on up in your neck of the woods up there. You're in Massachusetts, I believe. But how's everything up there with the virus and all that?
Well, nothing bad. I think we've got in the county that I'm in, there's pretty few actual cases because there are a lot of small towns. We got 1,200 in my town, so there's not too many people around to spread it, and it's pretty well spread out. But every one of us seems to be doing well, and weathering fairly well out here on us.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, well, we don't have any cases here. I just wondered how it was and all that. So, anyway, let's see if anybody else has got a copy on you up there in Maine, Gerald. Anybody else got a copy on Gerald like to speak to it?
Gerald, this is WO8A. If you copy Mark here in Waverly, Ohio.
Yeah, you're solid 20 over. I've got an S9 on. It's pretty good here, but yeah, you're 20 over.
Okay, well, thank you. You're about 15 over 2 here, too. We got a lot of noise and static crashes, but just thought I'd say hi to you. And we're batting down the hatches here, too, in Pike County, Ohio. Our county don't have any cases yet, but there's a lot of them in Ohio, that's for sure. I don't know the number. I haven't really checked the news today. I had to just take myself a mental break from it for my health. Been working on farm stuff. Okay, Carol, thanks a lot for coming back to my call. It's WO8A. I'm 68 in the group.
Hey, Mark. Good to...
Right up here, the only case we have, I guess, is my county is the mayor. In hospital, but so far so good up on this end. N1 TV.
N1 TV, WO8A. Hello, Bobby.
Hello, Mark. Hope you're doing okay. They got shelter in place. I can't remember if they do in Ohio. I think they do.
Yes, we do. Yeah, you can go out to get drugs or food and stuff like that. And we're going to the seniors tomorrow and pick up a week's worth of like TV dinners and stuff. They come out in masks and hand it to you. It's weird, but that's what we're doing. How about you guys? That's what you got too?
Nope. I can't believe our governor hasn't done that yet. As far as I know, not shelter in place, but I told my wife, I said, I think that's going to be coming, and if we have a bad report card at the end of this 14-day stuff, they're probably actually going to do it countrywide. In other words, they'll probably have a curfew going on. I think that's what they might do. So anyway, at least that's what I heard. But we'll see how all this turns out. I think it's going to be an uptick. Matter of fact, I read something on the news moments ago on my phone that the United States leads everybody in the world with the coronavirus right now. So, and the reason for that is because, of course, they're testing more people. Of course, we're going to have an uptick. But anyway, if this thing kind of levels off, they call it the curve. If the curve levels off and starts to go down, then Trump's going to kind of get the country back on track again little by little, I think.
Yeah, it'll take a while to figure out if it's going back down or not, because it'll take a while to even get peaked. But their supplies, I guess, are getting to people. I reckon, more and more. But it's different, that's for sure. We just have to hang in there and trust in God,
That's right. Well, they're really running short up in Michigan. I got two guys on here. One of them, from Sterling Heights up there, Ron. He said they're running really short on stuff up in the Michigan state. So anyway, I think it's going to be spotty through the country. I think from time to time it's going to be a little shortage, but that stands to reason. I mean, this has been quite a problem for all countries, but the United States for sure.
Yeah, like I was saying last night, it'd be maybe smarter, better capitalists now, It's going to change the way we do. Just think us getting rid of a lot of the red tape in the transportation and medical industry. So hopefully it'll stay that way.
I hope so. Okay, Mark, let's see who's got a copy on you, see who might want to say hi to you. Anybody want to say hi to Mark? He's one of our controllers from last night. Anybody copy him?
Contact. Evening, Mark, KC8IQF. You're about 10 over here. I'm in Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Okay, sounds good from Sterling Heights. I'm in Waverly, Ohio. So, yeah, Bobby was talking about you guys running short on things up there. I hope it gets straightened up. I know that lady governor, she's getting things on the ball, isn't she? Or trying to?
Yeah, she's kind of a tough character. She's always been that way, though. That's the way she is. But what it amounts to is we're running out of everything here. It's unbelievable. I got an arthritis drug that that's the same drug that they're using to treat the virus. So now I can't get my arthritis struck. When I run out, I run out. That's the way it's going to work out. At least that's what the pharmacy told me today, over.
Boy, that don't seem fair.
Well, you know, that's the way it is. They gotta use it where the priority is, and there's a lot of sick people. There are hospitals here at capacity, over.
Yeah, that's true about that. Well, you hang in there, and hope the best for you for sure. And thanks for the shout.
Roger that. Good to hear you, Mark. And back to control. AB4ABK.
Yeah, I heard Richard contact. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, good evening. I was just going to holler up there and see if I could make the trip up that way. And, boy, I tell you, it sounds like the same thing down here. We're just going to have as many cases. Well, the toilet paper and the stuff that you really need is gone.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said a while ago, I have a friend that told us that it's really stocked back up here, and we're not running into any shortages right now in the grocery store. It was a few days back now, it was shortages, but they all seem to have gotten trucks in, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I hope it'll come back there. I mean, we can't even find a roll of toilet paper down here, you know, that kind of stuff. No wipes to wipe anything down with. I worked 12 hours a day with over 300 and something people around me, and I'm not real comfortable with all that.
Oh, you have that many people around you. Good day. I think they were trying to get away from that, you know.
Yeah, well, they're coming around me, but I try to stay away from them, but they're not all at once. But they might be 10 or 15 of them in there at one time.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, at least they'll stay 6 feet away from you or so, and, you know, kind of what they touch in your office. I think you're in an office. Get you know, those hand wipes and wipe everything down.
Well, I got an office, but where I work at is outside on the machines and stuff, where they're coming in and out, you know. And I get away from them where I can, and if they try to walk up to me, I say, oh, stop right there, you know. But I had a lot of them in there today, and it seems to be getting more hectic, and people are going nuts trying to get rid of stuff, because, you know, I work at the recycle center up there.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, stay the best you can. That's all I can tell you. It's ID time again. Boy, time flies. 10 after 10. How about that? KB4ABJ, number 1 with the friendly bunch.
KF4JR, 66 with the bunch.
68 with a bunch.
KC8IQF with a bunch.
Number 86. N5INV, number 110, just getting here. N8XRC.
Okay. I heard N5INV, number 110, and I heard N8XRC. Was there anybody else new for the first time?
N1BED. KOV.
Okay. N1BED, I got you, and there's somebody else right in behind you. Who was that?
W8KOV, number 140.
Okay, got you there, Ken. Okay, we got a few in front of you, Ken, if you can hold on, okay?
Roger.
All right, N5INV, go ahead, sir. How you doing up there, James?
Well, you know, it's been one of those fun-filled days. The weather has at least been nice all day today. It's been sunny, it's been breezy, and we're hoping it's going to take care of a little bit of the surface moisture at least. There's still so much so deep, but if it's dried things out a little bit, I have a feeling mowing is high on the agenda for tomorrow, at least the places we can still get to. And other than that, the campground is just staying really busy. We have lots of folks rolling through. We had like 20 rigs come in today, and they're all going out tomorrow. And at this point, I have reservations for 16 more coming in tomorrow, and we'll probably pick it up to 20 or 25. So we're staying really, really busy, and it's basically people who are just headed north, and we're their overnight stop. So, I mean, it's good, but normally April and May are pretty busy, and so Pat and I are just kind of sitting here saying, I wonder what's going to come next, and how the next couple months are going to look. But yeah, whatever, it'll be what it is.
Yeah, I'm glad I mowed today. I just looked at the forecast. We got a little rain tonight, a 30% chance. And then tomorrow, we got 30% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. So I hope they not come, or the isolated thunderstorms. We'll have to see how all that turns out. But I did get to mow today, and I'm glad I did.
Well, I walked through some areas, and there was no way. Even walking through, it was kind of squishy under my feet, so it needed at least another day to dry out some before we'd even think about getting a mower to it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was surprised the first time I mowed this yard. It was, I said, oh boy, I bet you I'm not waiting long enough. It's going to be kind of moist, and it wasn't really. You know, it had rained the day before. I think the ground has got holes in it, and it's all going to the bottom somewhere down in there, and it's drying out real quick at the top. It's rained so much here, 2, 3, 4 times a week at least for months on end. Since Christmas, I know, just on and on with the rain. But anyway, it's going to be that way this week. Rain, thunderstorms, latter part of the week. Next week, so anyway, it's okay with me. Been kind of cool though, 56 right now, and I think it was 42 or something like that this morning.
Up into the 80s, low 80s.
Hold on, contact.
Well up into the 70s, and even right now, wandering around at night, shirt sleeves feel just fine. Tomorrow's supposed to be another warm day for us, so we're just kind of hoping for the best, and if we can hold off on rain for another couple of days, that will just help us out tremendously. But anyway, the weather's been nice today. It's been nice to finally warm up some. Anyway, let's move on and see who else is here and how their days are going. N5I indeed.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we had a contact. Let me see who that was. Who's the contact?
Hey, Bobby, it's N4NT. I was just going to let you know I'm doing a YouTube live of the group, and I put the information on the AIM window for NetLogger if anybody wants to check it out. Or you can go to the Bristol Amateur Radio Club's YouTube page, and you can actually listen to the Friendly Bunch group live for, I started it about 20 minutes ago, and we'll just run it through to the end. And that video will stay on YouTube for later use, so people can check it out and learn about the group, or if anybody that's been in there tonight wants to hear how their own audio sounds, they can go in there. But I was just wanted to let y'all know about that. I'll stand by here on the side and listen in and work this computer and all that jazz. But just wanted to let you know it's N4NT.
All right, thank you, Adam. Hey, I got a great idea. Are you a member of our Facebook page? If not, if you'll go to your Facebook page in the search engine, put Friendly Bunch Amateur Radio Group, and put your call letter. There's a few questions in there. Just answer those. Or just throw your call letters in there, and I'll okay it. And if you would, put it on our Facebook page. Would that be good? Can we do that?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that right now. It's N4NT.
Okay, I'll go to the Facebook page and okay that, and here in just a second. That is cool as can be. Thank you so much, Adam. That is great. All right, let's get it to Bill up there, N8XRC. Bill, how's everything in Michigan tonight?
Hey, Bobby, and everybody, good to hear from you. You're sounding good up here tonight. We got a little bit of rain. It's around 46 degrees, and just hunkered down and hibernating.
All right. Well, matter of fact, the Michigan governor is on Fox News right now. The Michigan governor.
I'd have to turn that on. I don't have that channel on right now. I wonder what she's having. Yeah, she's probably disclosing more stuff.
Yeah, it's not telling his name. It's just saying Michigan governor threatens docs over COVID-19 treatment. I wonder what that's all about.
I don't know. I'm going to head out tomorrow and maybe go to the grocery store. That's a scary situation right there.
Yeah, wash your, to do your hands on all that, for sure. But it says Michigan governor threatens docs over COVID-19 treatment. And this guy is a former doctor, but anyway, we'll see what that's all about. Maybe you can watch it later. But good to have you in here. Anybody you want to speak to tonight, Bill?
No, just wanted to say hi. Haven't talked to you in a while. And sit back and listen to everyone else. N8XRC.
Yeah, tell us tomorrow after you go to the grocery store, if you get in here tomorrow night, let us know how your adventure is. It isn't an adventure anymore, but just try to stay healthy. That's all I can tell you. It's getting crazy. All right, let's get it to Mark, N1BED. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Bobby. Just got done doing a little bit of work and chatted with a friend of mine for about an hour, and figured I'd hop on over here and see how everyone's doing. Sorry to hear that things are starting to get chaotic over in Michigan. It sounds like things are getting kind of unsettled over there. I hadn't heard from any of my friends up in New York recently, especially Everton. I saw there was a couple of New York operators that were checked into the friendly bunch tonight. I was wondering how things were looking up their way. I know they're in upstate, further away from the city. Hopefully they didn't get wrapped up in all the drama from the metropolitan.
Yeah, it's something else. It's a mess. It is a mess up there. And I was hoping Everton would be in here too. I heard Walter, but I tell you what, it was kind of a coincidence that the guys from Michigan a while ago, they're still on here. Ron is, I know. And him and another guy was telling us shortages on a bunch of stuff at the hospitals up there, like Tylenol, short on that, and the respirators. So anyway, and I guess it's a coincidence that I looked up on the screen and there's the governor talking about what kind of hardships they're having up there. So anyway, and I know I've heard about New York. Man alive, that's crazy over there.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I sincerely hope that the medical community, as they start getting into regional surplus where there's ventilators and things of that nature, medications that aren't being used, I hope that they have the decency to send it to areas that are being more hard hit by the virus, especially if they're already past their peak. And I got to be honest with you, I haven't heard about any sharing amongst the medical community. I've only heard about some billionaire philanthropists, for lack of a better term, that are trying to help out a little bit here and there. But I would have thought that there would have been a lot more public knowledge about outreach from other communities if it's actually happening. I didn't know if anybody had heard anything about the medical community actually helping each other out from region to region.
Man, I don't know if anybody on here has heard that or not, or has anybody heard anything about the medical community helping each other out?
WAD, I heard the mayor of New York say that those masks those ventilators, when they got done using them, they could be reused. So it won't be one ventilator for each patient, and they could send them to different places, the ventilators, once they got past the peak, I guess. But that's all I've heard.
Okay. I guess you heard that, Mark.
Yeah, I've heard that. Oh, another Mark. Yeah, that's right. Mark.
20 over here. I heard that.
Got.
Good. So yeah, hopefully New York and the mayor of New York City and those folks will follow through with that, because I got to be honest with you. The metropolitan areas are going to get hit the hardest first, but that doesn't mean rural America is not going to eventually wind up with their own crisis.
That's right, and I read something too that as of about 4 hours ago, the United States is the biggie. We are the ones that's leading the way with the virus. We got so many more cases than anybody in the world right now, and that goes with with all the testing going on. People walking around not even knowing they have it, and get tested and find out they do.
A lot of people have had it and got over it.
I know.
Yeah, hey, I'm seeing 22 past. I think we overshot an ID, did we?
Did we? I hope not. I guess we need the ID. We did miss it. Thank you, Mark. KB4ABJ, number 1 with the friendly bunch.
W8A 68.
WHKOV.
W4 Charter Delta India 103 Chickadee. And 5INB number 110.
And 8XRC.
Number 82. Okay, 4JOI 62.
Yeah, Mark, I got this cordless headset, and I was way back on the other side of the room, and I didn't hear it go off. That's what happened here. Well, thank you for doing that. Anyway, well, Mark, I got some other guys waiting, so I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. But
I don't think anybody's going to be a stickler, but we can't ask other people to play nice and follow the rules if we're not doing it ourselves.
That is exactly right. We strive to do that. By the way, I'll let everybody know I haven't got it past the leadership yet, but we're going to try to have a kids' night on here. It's either going to be, it'll really have to be either Friday or Saturday night because of school. I know most schools are not in session right now, but we're going to try to get that done. And the way we're going to do it, I've got 7 kids, and whoever wants their kid to be on the radio, if they'll let me know, I'll write down their call and their email address and email them when we're going to do it. But the leadership has to approve this and see what time we're going to do it and that kind of thing, and how it's going to be formatted. I think a good time is just maybe for an hour, but kids get talking on the radio. I think that's cool. So, and they will too, getting to talk to other kids in other parts of the country. For instance, they could ask them what kind of subjects they are taking in school and stuff, and I think that'll be cool to do. So anyway, if anybody has got any comments about that, let me know. And by the way, if you look on our YouTube, if you look on our Facebook page, you'll see a YouTube of us tonight on the radio. So if you want to listen to yourself on the radio, then it's on the Friendly Bunch Facebook page. So anyway, anybody, I heard Doug down there, so I'm going to recognize Doug. I heard you, Doug, but I got to get it to Ken. He was next. W8KOV, number 140. And, before we do that, Mark, have you got any other comments before we do that?
No, sir, not tonight. I'm just hanging around for a few minutes, so I'll slide off to the side so we can keep it moving.
Okay, all right, great, and appreciate you being here tonight, that's for sure. And I know you guys are working on the W1 Whiskey 1 Foxtrot. That's going to be our special event station up at the Stone Mountain State Park. That's also advertised on our Facebook page. You can go there and see that. So that's going to be neat. Thanks to Mark and thanks to Sean, W3YAD. They're heading that up. That's great. Anyway, with that being said, let's get it to Ken. Whiskey 8, Kilo Oscar Victor. Good evening, Ken. How you doing?
Good evening, buddy. We're all hunkered down here. We don't have any problem on this side of Michigan, but over in the Detroit area, their hospitals and everything are really having a problem.
They are in certain parts of the country. It seems like it's not everywhere. It's like I was telling the guys. I've gotten reports that our grocery stores are back to normal here, so they got big loads in of stuff, and the supply chain just got clogged up. That's all that's happened here,
Roger.
Yeah, we phoned our order in to Sam's Club, and tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock we're going to go over there and pick it up.
Yep, and I hear that also the government, Trump especially, has gotten some of his motel friends offering them motels for hospital beds. If they get out of bed. And they got certain motels up in New York and some of the big metropolitan areas that they can use some of the motels for hospital beds.
Heck yes, I even hear he talked some of the cruise ships into coming in.
Yep, cruise ships, and then the USS Comfort, Navy ships, naval hospitals will be up around New York, and I think on the West Coast around San Francisco, places like that. They'll be helping out. So, United States is a powerful country. We got a lot of assets, so it just goes to show you how big our country is,
Yep, I think we got the right guy in charge at this time.
Exactly, we sure do. You're going to hear a bunch of junk, of course, and I don't mean to get political, but I couldn't get over, the Democrats blocking this thing, and our Senator Warner, my brother knows him personally. Actually, I'll tell you a little secret about, Senator Warner wants to become a Republican. He was kind of fed up with the impeachment thing. That's what he told my brother. But anyway, he was on Neil Cavuto on Fox News, and they asked him, what kind of, what in the world this is blocking it, blocking all this. Why are they doing that? And he said, well, the Republicans have got some favors, too, that they want done. And he said, well, Neil Cavuto said, well, I don't see anything on this chart that I'm looking at. It's all Democratic things. They're little, greenhouse stuff and that kind of thing. And with with solar energy and just on and on and on, they wanted to throw those little things in on that bill. And Warner just kind of skipped around that question. Back to you, Ken.
Yes, sir. So many millions to the Kennedy Center.
Yeah, that's right. So much money for the Kennedy Center and for the arts and stuff like that. So this is not the time and place for that, but they made it that way. But he kept saying, well, the Republicans have got some things they want to do, too. But Neil Cavuto said, well, I don't see nothing in here about the Republicans wanting to do anything. Back to you, Ken.
Roger, that's for sure, bud. Well, I'll let you get to your other people now. I took up enough of your time. It's good hearing you, Dave.
Okay, it's good hearing you, Ken. It really is. And it is ID time. I was over in my place. I was at my duty station. So anyway, ID time at the bottom of the hour. KB4ABJ, number one with the Friendly Bunch.
N5INV, number 110.
W8A, 68.
Number 140.
N1BED.
Okay. Did I miss anybody that was new for the first time?
Contact.
Okay, go ahead, contact.
November 3, Bravo Whiskey, Papa, checking in real quickly.
Okay, November 3, Bravo Whiskey Papa. Good evening and welcome to the Friendly Bunch. How are you this evening?
Well, not too bad, but I had a trip to the doctor's appointment today, and it was a weird situation where things was. Didn't amount to anything, but things was not quite, like it should be at all. But anyhow, then I got a phone call tonight. So I knew for a long time he died of old age. So his wife called me, and he was silent key, so I knew it was going to happen, but he had just learned something. Eventually, it's going to happen. But he gets to 3912, the Sunrise Bible that years ago, but I bought his equipment here about 3 years ago on Tentec, which I didn't like, but I did use a Dentron amplifier, so it's not too bad. So other than that, it's not a good news, but this is what happened. All the viruses around here, but it ain't too bad right here, but it sure is like a ghost town, though. So other than that, I don't know what else to say other than I hope it gets over with pretty quick. So N3BWP back to net.
Okay, Larry, real good. I'm sorry to hear about your friend. By the way, what happened at the doctor's office that was kind of strange? I didn't understand that part of it. You went to the doctor's office, and I'm sure they were taking all kind of precautions, but what did you say about that?
Well, it was kind of weird. The waiting room looked more like where they scattered the chairs out. It looked more like a cemetery, and the nurse didn't take me in the back, but talked to the doctor, and he said, I agree with you, that's exactly what it looks like, but he was disappointed. The other doctor turned me down for the surgery Wednesday that I was supposed to have. They've been trying to get it done for a long time, so I guess I'll just have to suffer to the end now. So that was a big disappointment, but it just, then when I left there, I went to make a couple small stops, and everything was closed up, and like I say, no traffic, but it's just not a good sign. So N3BWP, we'll let it go at that.
Yeah, they're going to cancel a lot of surgeries, because of this, because there's not enough blood, and that kind of thing. And by the way, if you're a healthy ham operator and can give blood, that's a big issue right now. There is a shortage. But anyway, they're all this surgery that can wait. They're gonna kind of put it up on the shelf and go back to that later. That's what I've heard, Larry, and I guess you've heard the same thing.
Yeah, Bobby, I was really looking forward to getting better so I could go down to your get-together there down in North Carolina, but I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I went through some sickness here. I caught last month there that I had.
Yeah, I know, and I understand your situation. I wish you could make it too, but let's don't call it off yet. I mean, that's quite a way away, and I'm the type that plans ahead. So,
but it's been scarce, but got a little bit today. But I'm just so worn down, from the winter. But I'm trying to hopefully make that get together somehow if I can get somebody to swing in with me. So I don't know. Other than that, conditions are a lot better in this band than it's been. I listened to it the other day. It was pretty decent. But so anyhow, I guess we'll let it go at that. And through BWP will be kind of on site.
Yeah, hey, listen, Larry, don't count yourself out yet. I mean, that's a long way off, and if this country hasn't been straightened out by October, then we're all in trouble. But, hey, listen, it should be okay, and I'm sure you'll get your surgery done by then. They're not going to let you wait that long, but I hate you're feeling bad. And just kind of hang in there. If you can just hang in there a little bit longer, we'll know something here in about a week how this thing's really going to play out and that kind of thing. So just hang in there, will you?
I've been hanging a long time here. I've been hanging about almost 73 years. I'm getting tired of holding on. But anyhow, I hope something breaks through quick here. I've been on all kinds of arthritis medicine, none of it worked. I've never been on that one that is scarce now, but I've had everything else, all the shots and everything, and none of it worked. And the doctor's going to figure it out. Well, and then the worst part is my rheumatologist. I think she got so sick and tired of not helping people, she just decided to retire there in December, 62 years old. So I see that both sides of the coin, So anyhow, I think I'll just stand by on the side there, N3BWP.
Okay, Larry. Good to talk to you. You hang in there, buddy. And, hey, at least hang in there to go to the mountain, because that place up there will do some good for you. Breathe some of that mountain air, that beautiful high altitude mountain air, that kind of thing. But anyway, we look forward to seeing you up on the mountain. All right, it's kind of cleared out a little bit, so if anybody's heard someone they'd like to speak to, got a question for the Friendly Bunch, or like to bring up something we can talk about, all you got to do is say contact or throw your call out there.
Contact.
Go ahead, contact.
It's W8A. I was wanting to tell Larry it was weird for me today, too. I went to the drugstore. They had X's on the counter, on the floor, spread apart 6 feet apart, and you stand in line, you got to stand on the X so you won't be getting within someone's distance, so social distance. And in the counter, they had sheets of plastic hanging down so that if someone sneezed, you wouldn't hit the receptionist. So that's my new normal for today. That was weird. W8A.
Okay, there's Ron in there. Go ahead, Ron. We got a couple of minutes. Go ahead.
Here's a strange one. I was listening to the news about a day ago, and they had Andrew Cuomo on there, and what it amounts to is he was buying supplies for New York, and he was buying supplies from the black market, and somehow he found out where this black market warehouse was, and they had a 500,000 square foot warehouse full of medical supplies of every type that were brand new, and nobody knows where they came from. Over.
Yeah, there was some church. I forget where. Good-hearted people in this country for sure.
Yeah, this one, this was the black market, though. They were selling supplies at 3 times the normal price.
Good grief, that's sad. Well, there was somebody in Pennsylvania that went around coughing on a bunch of food in a grocery store, and they had to get rid of all the food. I tell you what, I hope that it was a female, so they ought to lock her up and not feed her for a while and see how that goes. You know, that's a shame. But anyway, I hate things like that happen in our country, but our country is the greatest in the world, and we've got some of the biggest-hearted, companies that are helping out like you wouldn't believe. So that's a good thing. There is hope. There really is. When it comes to our nation, it is a lot of hope. A lot of countries look to our country to see what we're doing and how we're acting, and they look to for leadership, and I'm sure they're seeing it. Anyway, with that being said, it is ID time at 40 till. KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch.
KC34, CDI 103, 10.
And the 08A, 68 with the bunch.
KM4UNL checking back in.
Okay, I heard Doug. I let Doug go, but there was somebody else new for the first time, I think. So give me your call phonetically. Nothing heard. I thought I heard somebody checking back in. Who was that checking back in?
That was me, Bobby, KM4UNL, Chuck, down here in Chiefland.
Okay, Chuck. I'll get you after Doug speaks. So let's turn it to Doug. Doug, go ahead, buddy.
Well, I just sit here messing around trying to tune up on the radio a little bit. Hope the signal's okay tonight. Other than that, I'm not going to do a whole lot. Sit back and listen. We'll be here quitting time. Well, good evening to everybody from W4 Charlie Duck, India.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes left, so 19 now. Anyway, time flies, I tell you. It really went fast tonight. Okay, let's get down to Chiefland, Florida, and see how everything's going with my friend down there. How's it going down there?
Oh, it's been great down here, Bobby. Beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for anything better.
I think we had, other than it gets a little hot in the afternoon, I think we had about 88 this afternoon, 89, something like that. Still hadn't hit the 90-degree mark yet, but it was clear blue skies most of the day, a little breeze blowing. Just great to do whatever you felt like doing.
That's great. That's great. You know, do what you'd like to do and get out and enjoy the fresh air and not worry about going to the store or anything like that. That's a good thing. I think Florida, you know, your governor is really on top of this thing big time. I've listened to him talk. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I think he's doing his best anyway. Yeah, I found out a few things down here too that fits my lifestyle. I found out the other day that Walmart on every Tuesday is going to open up at, they're going to be open at 6 o'clock for the seniors to go in, from 6 to 7, seniors only. So those that are the most susceptible, you know, that virus will do the most damage to, they let them come in by themselves and get their shopping done and get out before everybody else gets in.
Well, that's good. Are you taking advantage of that, Chuck?
Oh, yeah. I was there Saturday morning. Believe it or not, things weren't all that bad. There was some water on the shelf. They were limiting it to one case of water. I think it was 24 16-ounce bottles of water per person. And there was a few rolls of toilet paper back on the shelf, and I think they were limiting those. You couldn't just go in and buy it all. But there was some paper products, and a lot of the canned goods that they were out of were back in stock. So it's, I think, slowly but surely it's coming back. I think everybody's kind of going to get over this binge buying here for a while.
Yeah, that panic buying really kind of put a hurting on a lot of people, you know. But anyway, I think it's getting back to normal. Like I said a moment ago, I had a friend that told me he went to the grocery store and everything is really stocked up now. Nothing short on anything. So that's really a hopeful sign, that's for sure. Chuck, is anybody you heard you want to speak to that you've heard here tonight?
Bobby, I just came back in here, got finished with what I had to get done, and just come in here now and turn the radio back on. I got in for this afternoon for a little bit, but I had to try and mix everything up. I check in with 3 2-meter nets on Tuesday, and I didn't have a lot of time to spend in here this afternoon, and I just came back in and put the headphones on, so I figured I'd just listen and see what everybody's got to say.
Yeah, I was looking, don't forget, we're being broadcast live on our Facebook page, on the Friendly Bunch Facebook page, and he said the video will come later. So thanks to Adam, that's being done. I tell you what, today's technology is unreal, Chuck. It sure is.
Well, that's good, Bobby. That's all good publicity too. You know, that's not like a lot of that stuff that gets on Facebook and on YouTube and stuff. I'm glad to hear it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. That is great, and I didn't know Adam was a member of our group on the Facebook page, but he sure is, and he put that up there. That's for sure. And that reminds me, don't forget now, if anybody's got any kids that want to be on the air, we need to know about it. You can tell me your, you know, if you're not on the radio and maybe listening on the SDR or whatever, you can email me at kb4abj@yahoo.com and make sure you give me your current email address. And when we get ready to go with this thing with the kids, then everybody will be there. You know, if they can't be there, that'll be fine too. We got 7 kids so far. So with that being said, anybody on the air right now, do you have any kids that would like to be on the air? It'll be either on a Friday or Saturday night, maybe for about an hour, and we'll let the kids talk on the air and you know, I know they're going to be interested in seeing what the other kids are doing. So anybody want to do that? Okay, N4NT, what did you say, Adam? No, I do not. I'm glad you let me know, Adam. So anyway, and I think I got your current email address, I believe. That's right. Okay. All right. I was talking to Gary a moment ago. I don't know if he was listening. I'm going to go ahead and send you the information. It'll probably be Monday. Or maybe, let's see, what's today? Thursday? You can tell I'm retired. Okay, today's Thursday, so it'll be sometime during the weekend. I'll get an email over to you, and it just basically tells you what we do and what we don't do on the Friendly Bunch. It's really easy. The main thing is get a conversation going, and you don't have to do nothing. All you got to do is step back and put your feet up on the desk. That's about it. It's like being I kind of describe it as an air traffic controller. That's about what it amounts to. But I'll send you the information over, okay? Yeah, that's right. The challenge is, I guess, is to get a conversation going. And I have went, and I know this is hard to believe, it's not been a night like that, like I had before, but a few nights ago, well, actually about a week ago, we got a conversation going, and I didn't do nothing but throw my call out there, and that conversation went on for over 30 minutes. So that's what you want to do. Appreciate what you're doing, putting it live broadcast on the Facebook page. That's cool. So anyway, all right. Anybody got any questions? We got about a minute to go. Well, actually 30 seconds. I tell you what, we'll ID, and then we'll kind of go on there and see if anybody wants to speak to somebody else. This is KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch.
AM4UNL, number 7.
5IND, number 110.
KB4CDL 103.
84, NJA, number 82.
N1BED, refresher for the group.
Okay. I heard N1BED got a question for the group. Go ahead there, Mark.
I appreciate it, Bobby. As you know, I've been doing a little bit of research and trying to get a game plan together for running an amplifier here. And I've been looking around at some of the tuners that are available on the market. And I want to buy an over-the-counter tuner. It doesn't necessarily have to be automatic. I don't mind a manual, but I prefer an automatic. And I have a tuner by a company called LDG Electronics. That's Lima Delta Golf. It's only 100 water, and it's been running pretty good for me for the time that I've had it. And it looks like they have a 1,000-watt version, and I was wondering if anybody had any experience with this particular brand with some of the more power-capable automatic tuners or manual tuners, either or.
Hey, anybody have any anything on an LDG tuner rated at 1,000 watts? Anybody have any experience with that? Mark's looking to get a tuner. All I can say about one thing, Mark, if you plan to go legal limit, then you might want to go ahead and get it. I don't know if you just want to go just 1,000 watts, but if I done one at 1,000 watts, I wouldn't want to run over 800. You see what I'm saying? To stay just under that threshold, because that's about what they're rated at, and they stick right to the exact wattage, you know. So, but anyway, anybody got any answers for Mark? He really would appreciate it.
Contact.
Go ahead, contact.
K84JOM 146. First time tonight, Bobby. I've got an LDG AT600 Pro 2. Also got a 100 Pro 2 that I have in the Go box. But I've got this 500 watt amp, and I've got the AT600 Pro 2. I like it real well. It's a great little tuner. I don't know anything about legal limit or the 1,000 one.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good to hear, because I have to be honest with you. You know, my only experience is the one item that I have, right? The only other tuner I've ever owned is a 35-year-old heat kit that my father-in-law put together. And I'm just not, you know, I don't trust internet reviews anymore, because I found out so many companies are writing their own reviews and hiring people to write reviews for them. So the fact that you've had good experience with yours running about 500 watts through it is pretty good. What I actually plan on doing to touch base on what Bobby mentioned, although this is a 1,000-watt tuner, I'm looking at amplifiers in the 500 or 600 watt range, so I figured, you know, 1,000 watts would be sufficient for what I was doing without running the risk of overheating it or having a limited duty cycle due to being so close to the capacity of the device.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I think the LDG is a great tuner. I know several other hams friends that run the same tuner, and I don't know of anybody that's ever had any trouble with it. Yeah, it's fully automatic, or you can do it manually, and I've got 4 different antennas here that I can switch. I can work remotely, and I can switch antennas, and with this thing in automatic, it'll automatically tune each antenna as soon as you key up on it. And you know, it's got a bunch of memories, like 10,000 memories, and so it tunes very quick, and I think it does a great job.
Yeah, okay, that's great. I'm really glad to hear it. I appreciate the feedback. Much appreciated, John.
Yeah, sure thing. Like I said, I've got 2 of them, and if one of them goes out, I'll buy another one. I've been that pleased with it. Good evening, Bobby. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, I'm doing good. Appreciate the email, and I hope I answered it the best I could, you know, that kind of thing, okay?
Oh, yeah, I never know. I mean, I don't really know anything about it, but, you know, sometime I'll talk to you one-on-one.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. Well, anyway, there's a lot going on the ham bands I'd like to talk to you about. It's just been, it's like I've always said, I think amateur radio, the general public is a reflection on amateur radio and that kind of thing, and you know how the general public is. Hey, speaking of tuners, I tell you what, I've heard a lot and a good, and I think they're a little bit overpriced, but they are built like a tank, is a Palstar antenna tuners. You know, they got the AT2K, which is a, 2,000 watt, and they go on down to, I think to about 600 watters and stuff like that, but they're built like a tank. I've heard a lot of great stuff from Palstar. So you might want to look into that too, Mark, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm actually Googling the AT2K as you were speaking. I was typing it into the Google search engine. I'm going to take a look at it for sure.
Okay, they got automatic antenna tuners. That automatic, like the 1500 watter, is actually goes for $15.49, and the 2000 watter is, and I think it's and it's an AT2K 2000. I think it's manual though. It's $584. So anyway, that's not too bad for that tuner, and I've heard good things from that tuner. But anyway, hey, getting back to you, John, I tell you, You know, I've been a ham operator for a long time, so I could tell you some things that just, I mean, it's mind-boggling, you know, some of the things that's tried on amateur radio.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I know that Pilestar stuff is really heavy-duty stuff. I don't know anybody that owns any. But, I was talking about the live feed. I just went over to Facebook, and there's a link there to the YouTube, and it's been, tonight's broadcast is being sent out on live on YouTube. So I listened to it for a little while, and it sounds good. Pretty cool stuff.
Yep, it sure is. Thank you, Adam, for doing that. John, I don't know if you've ever met Adam before, but he's thinking about being one of our controllers for maybe Wednesday night or something. But anyway, he's going to do some things with the, you know, with NetLogger too, where I guess we can put in a number and it populates it, you know. He's going to make it easier on us. He's going to try some things. So anyway, we appreciate him, but say hi to him if you would, John.
Yeah, good evening. That'd be great to help out. And I know, you know, if people are out there that don't want to actually be controllers, they can help out with logging, with NetLogger or whatever, and kind of team up and kind of do a helper type situation with two people until you get more comfortable with it, and then, you know, maybe just not turn somebody loose on their own.
I think he's well experienced with NetLogger. He does NetLogger, so he actually has some YouTube stuff, but I'll let him tell you about that. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, I was wondering, when I log my call sign into NetLogger, it automatically populates with my member number, but it doesn't do it with anybody else that I log. And I was wondering if there's probably a way to make it do that.
Hey, John, it's 11 o'clock. You know what that means. I hate to break you guys up. Gosh, I wasn't even watching the clock, but time to go, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got the Excel spreadsheet that's got everybody's name, call sign, and numbers and all on it. But as far as getting it into NetLogger will be another thing. All right. Sorry I got in here so late. We'll turn it back to you, Bobby, and let you lock the door and turn out the light.
That's right. We're going to lock the door, turn the deadbolt, and cut out the light. Enjoyed it, everybody. It's been a lot of fun tonight. It's been educational. I love that. Adam, thank you so much for doing what you did on the Facebook page. We appreciate that really a whole lot. And looking forward to, having some fun on here, doing some neat stuff. Thank you so much, Adam. And everybody else, we appreciate you being here. God bless the Friendly Bunch and everybody else that joins us each and every night. Thank the world of this group and a lot of the fellows on here. So with that being said, everybody be safe. and we'll talk to you soon. KB4ABJ, number 1 with the friendly bunch.
Good night, all. Stay safe. KA4JON.
AM4UNL, number 7. Good night, everybody.